Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to some more Diablo 3. Today we're gonna take a look at the patch notes that they have just recently announced to patch 2.2 that will go into the PTR, the public test realm, in the near future. Now, one main thing is important to note right here is that before this really went live, a lot of people seem to assume that Blizzard sort of gave up on the whole development of this game, and that apparently there were rumors going around that the entire Diablo 3 development team got gutted, and basically there were a lot of negativity. There was a lot of negativity going around. However, these patch notes changed quite a lot, and they sort of came unexpected for a lot of people, including me actually. So let's have a look at them right here. So patch 2.2 is currently in development and is coming soon to the public test realm near you. Here's a first look at the new content changes. So they've got a couple of different things, but the main thing right here that we're first off going to take a look at are going to be the legendary updates. One of our main goals this patch is to introduce more sets that could compete with the most powerful ones currently in this game. To that end, we're debuting 3 new 6-piece sets in patch 2.2.0. Unhallowed Essence, Wrath of the Waste, and Delceres Magnum Opus. Lovely. The typical Diablo 3 names right there. You'll be able to take these items for a spin on the PTR very soon. Now, they'll look really awesome as well, but that's not really that relevant. In addition, we're redesigning rather, and in some cases adding bonuses to existing items, like Zunimazi's, Raiment, and all kinds of other ones. This means a grand total of 10 new or revamped playstyles to try out. So basically what they're doing is they're using the lesser played one, or the, you know, lesser common ones, and they're redesigning those a bunch so they become a little bit stronger, or they are changed a little bit to make them more efficient. So that will mean that obviously there's gonna be a ton of new playstyles added to the game with this patch, and I'm personally actually really looking forward to, especially the new ones that no one even really knows what they do yet. It's gonna be really interesting to see. Then on top of that, they're also adding new legendary item powers. Sets aren't the only new items you'll see in patch 2.2. We're also adding over 15 new legendary powers in the form of legendary gems, armor, rings, and more, as well as updates to existing items. Among these legendary powers, including the one you or our community helped create during the BlizzCon Legendary Workshop. We're still finalizing the details on this item, including its name, and we'll be interested to know what you think of it once you had a chance to test it on the PTR. So basically what they're trying to say right here is that they're adding new legendary items to the game, and quite a couple as well. It's not just like they're adding like 3 new ones or whatever. This is actually full sets and full items that are being changed, and old sets as well that are being changed compared to the new ones. On top of that, they're also adding some new changes to rifts and bounties, so they got some adventure mode upgrades. First off, we got new rift layouts. Now basically what they're trying to say is that there's gonna be new layouts added to the game, and they'll look pretty awesome as well, because currently, once you play quite a while, and I've been playing quite actively again recently, you will notice that the same rifts are happening over and over again, and that's obviously not what we want. So they're adding new rifts into the whole game, and the same goes for bounties. They're adding new bounties as well as a new type called exploration. As the name implies, these new bounties involve exploring an area and finding people who need to be rescued, if they're good, or slain if they're not. You seal 14 new bounties of this type across all acts in the game, and they're adding a total of 20 new bounties to the game. So that's pretty cool. Like, new things to actually get these bounties going and get these stashes that we need, right? And then on top of that, there's also gonna be some class updates, but that's not really that interesting. There's also gonna be some new quality of life updates, and that's gonna be in the form of goblins, as well as cosmetic systems, as well as a new file system. And that last button is actually pretty important. But here are the new goblins to chase. For those of you that never get tired of hunting treasure goblins, we're introducing 3 brand new ones to slake your thirst for goblin slaying. So basically they're adding new goblins into the game, which is obviously going to be really fun. And then we also got a new cosmetics window that will actually help you set your portraits a little bit better, and your other things, such as like the pennants and the pets and the wings that you use and all that kind of awesomeness. But just a new like convenient window that can basically control everything you do, you know, as far as cosmetics go in the game. So that's really cool as well. And on top of that, the very last thing that very few people are actually talking about is going to be a new file system. Now, for many years, Blizzard Games have been using a file format called MPQ as a way to compress and store game files, but it has a number of technical limitations. To address these, we are switching Diablo 3 over to a new one called CASC, content addressable storage container in patch 2.2.0. This new file format has a lot of improvements that directly benefit players. Now, they aren't really going to directly change the game up, and there isn't going to be like a massive overhaul, but it does mean that Blizzard is investing quite a bit of money and, you know, resources in order to get the game switched over to this new file type. And a lot of people aren't really talking about this, but that does mean that they are definitely planning a future for this game and potentially even a new expansion. Maybe that will get announced at BlizzCon or something like that. But all in all, there's a lot of exciting new things happening to Diablo 3. Now, as far as a time window that these changes will go live on the PTR, they will probably go live in a couple weeks. However, I'm not really expecting the actual thing to be added to the game until after Season 2. I would be very surprised if they add this randomly into the ongoing season right now. That really wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But, you know, like, I would be very surprised if they do that. But I think they're going to be introducing this as soon as season number 3 hits, which is likely going to be 3 to 6 months or so. They don't want the seasons to be lasting as long as discussed in the recent Davern talks. They don't want to be the seasons to be like 6 months long or something like that they did with the very first one. At the very least, I'm hoping that's not going to happen. But, you know, either way, this is awesome. This is great news. It means the game definitely is going to have some more longevity, and it's going to go, you know, with maybe even a future expansion down the line, and it's going to be really, really awesome. So I'm looking forward to those changes. I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. Only good stuff here, really. There's nothing bad to be talking about. New content, right? Like, you can't really say anything bad about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, so you're the very first one to get a notification when I upload another video. And other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.